6:32, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first item is a personnel item. Amend resignation date, J. Niedermeyer. Be it resolved that the Duanesburg Board of Education hereby approves the revised resignation date of Dr. James Niedermeyer to be June 30, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you, Francis. And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Avis. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right. One more personnel item. Approve appointment of interim superintendent of schools. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Duanesburg Central School District hereby appoints Jeffrey Ziegler as interim superintendent of schools commencing July 1, 2023 until such time as a full-time superintendent is chosen, but no later than June 30, 2024, and approves the agreement dated June 28, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you, Teresa. And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Tony. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, moving on to board items. Approve bank account signer. Whereas on June 28, 2023, effective July 1, 2023, the Duanesburg Central School Board appointed an interim superintendent, and whereas Duanesburg Central School bylaws identify the superintendent be included as signer on all bank accounts for the Duanesburg Central School District, now, therefore, be it resolved, the Duanesburg Central School Board of Education appoints Jeffrey Ziegler, interim superintendent, as an additional signer on all Duanesburg bank accounts effective July 1, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you, Melissa. And a second?
I'll second.
Francis, thanks. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Next item, rescind approval. Be it resolved that the lease agreement for Redbird LLC approved on June 13, 2023 is hereby rescinded. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you, Tony. Melissa, will you second? Thank you. Questions or comments on this item?
I just wanted to clarify for anybody who might be watching this so this is the lease agreement for that we're going to use for Pine Ridge Dental to put a second UPK classroom in there. After going through some things, we discovered that we could actually house the second UPK classroom ourselves, and it was a little dicey as to the timing of when we might get approval for the Pine Ridge location. So we decided to take in the second classroom ourselves. So rescinding this approval doesn't mean that we're eliminating the second section of UPK. We still are, and we're just going to be doing it in-house where it'll be much easier to manage. Yes, they have been notified, and we thank them a lot for going through the process of dealing with the school district lease and all that stuff. So thanks to Pine Ridge Dental for being a great partner, and but we think that this will be better for the district in the long run.
I think that that's a great idea to keep it in-house. I'm glad we were able to, but just curious as to if this had been looked at before and it didn't work, what all of a sudden shifted to make us be able to make it work, right before we signed a lease somewhere else.
Yep. So it was, so we did look at in-house options before, and There's some inconveniences by doing it this way. So
Okay.
instead of having their own classroom, there'll be a couple of elective area folks that will have to push into classrooms. And they have some equipment that needs setup and takedown, so that'll be inconvenient. And also, it involves moving another teacher to another classroom.
Okay.
So we hope to avoid those things, but they're pretty small things in the grand scheme of things when we were going to end up with a UPK classroom where it's going anyway. It was just going to be there in 2 years. So this way it just speeds things up, makes it a little bit tighter in there for the time being. But, you know, it is better.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, the last item of the night is informational. The Board of Education meeting schedule for 2023-2024. Does anyone have any questions on that? Comments?
Which date are you having problems with?
The 5th.
The
July
Oh, July
one.
5th, we have to do that then.
I kind of get it. I just think that's tricky.
Yeah, it's the only one that exists like by statute. You have to have it.
Oh, it's statutory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, okay.
It's got to be in the first 10 days or
I-
something.
Well, that helps me understand why it isn't.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's fine.
supposed to be on the
the Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
That's fine. And what are you questioning?
The 15th of August, but we can talk about that later. See if that's just me or if everybody else.
Oh.
That's a
Mhm.
Tuesday.
What's going on that day?
It's just summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock at night, I'll be getting on a plane to Europe. So, but we can talk about that later. That's not a thing. Big deal. I can also miss the meeting.
Anyone else? All right, then I need a motion to close the meeting.
I'll motion.
That was
Reese.
Avis and Sarah.
Sure.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank